And welcome back to Syndicate Competitive 3. We're at 2 of 2 for this final. We are actually going to 6 matches, completely unprecedented. Oh my, this is really exciting in its own right. I mean, you know, who would have expected PL to turn it around? Some really superior piloting. A lot of people thought that Warlords of the Deep had that in the bag. Shadu tweeting a congratulations to Hydra before the end of the match, and then a win on points. Grath was just able to kite away with his Vexer. So we'll start with Ellender. What did you think of that match?
Yes, well done, PL. I am very pleased and impressed. That was a brilliant match, that one. I wasn't sure. I thought possibly they could take it. There was a lot of split fire from the drones in the first match this happened, and again this one, but it still looked like there was a small chance, although once they lost the Myrmidons, it looked like they're gone, but then that Vindicator going down, and it looked like it only really dropped to piloting error as well. That Navy Megathron of Brutus with a smart bomb fit just sat away from his Vindicator friend that was dying for a long time, only finally rushing in to possibly steal the final blow with his smart bomb on his friendly Vindicator.
Yeah, I mean, just to reiterate what Elander was saying, showing by PL, they won with the setup that they lost with earlier against the same setup from Hydra. And there seemed to be a couple of maybe miscommunications or something off with the Hydra comms. Like, we saw all those drones there in that Vindicator, and he was desperately trying to catch up with that Navy Megathon to get them smart bombed off. And that Navy Megathon was just like, screw you, and micro-warp driving in the opposite direction. So not really sure what was going on there. And then at the end there, when they just needed that one Vexer kill and the Vindicator was desperately trying to catch up and kill that Vexer, and then the Navy Megathon just sort of turned around and went the other way again. So I think maybe that could have been a victory there from Warlords if just some small things had been different.
Yeah, very intense match, very close match as well. Brilliant. And just when it came down to that, Merlin left on the field, and if he died, it was going to swap the match points, and then Graf kiting away. Really close, really intense match. Great fun to watch. I hope we get more like it. So far, these have actually been some really interesting matches. Even the Tinker one, which may have lasted a long time, very intense, very pilot intensive as well. We're seeing all these matches come down to just tiny little piloting error and the skill of the pilots keeping their ships alive here.
And what about you, Lucky? What's your views on the matches so far?
Well, that last match we had was absolutely amazing. I mean, a lot of us were in sort of a chat for some of the SCL staff and CCP Fozzy, and everyone was quickly number crunching, especially when that Merlin died, because it looked like it was going to be a draw, and then it looked like Hydra was winning, then it looked like PL was winning. Shadow himself tweeting a condolence message to his team, perhaps before it was due. I mean, I myself had ISK on Hydra in that fight, but that was a superb fight indeed.
It was, and there were so many close calls there. I mean, before the Merlin went down, before the last Merlin went down, they were even on points. And then once that Merlin went down, the scales tipped for Pandemic Legion, and then Grath just being able to kite and just keep away from the damage and stay alive for that last minute. Just truly down to the wire type of maneuvering, excellent piloting skills, a really wonderful match.
Yeah, I've no idea what we're going to see in the next match now. After seeing PL win with that setup now against what had essentially countered it before, it's maybe we'll see the Minotaur again from Warlords. Maybe we'll see the Newt team again from PL. Although I have a feeling that Newt team might beat the Minotaur team as well. So who knows what we're going to bring next time? And who knows? Maybe even PL will change up the bans.
Yeah, well, they might change that, but I think what we're just going to see is another Tinker setup from PL. I think that victory has just restored all their confidence that setup. I think they're going to see a very, very similar setup again from them. It's Warlords, they're the ones who really have to step up here, because they're the ones who needs to change their meta here to win this best of 5.
Yeah, I think PL have now shown we've got two teams that can beat the Warzone and two very different teams. They're not easy to bring something that can beat both of those heavy Newton teams and the Tinker teams. So what Warlords will bring next will be quite interesting, and what they'll ban will be very interesting as well if they try and counter both of those setups somehow.
Yes, well, we'll talk about bans in just a moment. But right now, I want to give just one more shout out to SomerBlink, our sponsor. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. And remember, they are having a lot of great promo blinks and a lot of great regular blinks because they have hit the 750 trillion mark, trillion with the T. So they are right on their way to 1 quadrillion ISK one through their service, which is quite a feat, quite an achievement. So who knows what that celebration is going to be like. And then also, of course, another shout out to CCP Games as well as our own Lorkin Desal for their generous donations of 30 plex each. We certainly appreciate your support with Syndicate Competitive League. And if you would like to, if you or your organization would like to support the Syndicate Competitive League, please contact Selderain with an email in game and he will get you hooked up with all of our great sponsor package information. Isn't that right? He's like the best.
Yeah, I mean, we thank all our sponsors, and when you sponsor us, we try our absolute best to push your services, and we're here for the EVE community. Our organizational team, we don't make any profit out of the Syndicate Competitive League. We just enjoy putting this on for the viewers. We hope we give you a great time. We hope you enjoy the tears and the explosions and the drama and the upsets, and we hope you make some nice ISK when you're betting on the teams, and we hope you don't lose any there, but sponsorship is what keeps us going because we don't, the sponsors are our income for this event, and if we're not sponsored, then we can't put some great prizes into to attract some of these absolutely fantastic tournament teams we've had competing for your pleasure here.
Very
Yeah, I'm
much.
sure the next match will be exciting as well. Although I have seen that Fozzy has threatened to delete all of our Titans if we bring Tinker again, which could be a small problem, so we don't actually know how to fly anything else anymore.
All right, and just a reminder that these are two top-notch teams with Warlords of the Deep winning first place in SCL 1 and Pandemic Legion winning first place in SCL 2. And those were their only times in the SCL, as Pandemic Legion did not participate in 1 and Warlords of the Deep did not participate in 2. So they are first place winners, 1 out of 1 participations, great matches from them. We truly applaud these competitors as well as all of our competitors. It's been a fantastic weekend. A huge thank you to our competitors. It really is a lot of work putting these tournaments together for them, getting all the ships fit, getting their teams together, practicing or not practicing.
So, just as a quick announcement, guys, we've come up with a pretty cool solution. If we run into another tie match, what we're going to do is use tie-dye to speed up time to double time to the point where the team with the fastest reaction times, as far as how quickly can they switch targets, switch reps, etc., is going to be the winner. So that's a really cool way that we've found to solve the tiebreaker issues if we run into them in the future.
That sounds pretty cool, especially if Fozzie can keep stepping it up and up and up and up.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic. Speeding up tie-dye to that's going to be wonderful. That's a great solution. Who came up with that?
Fozzie did, actually. He talked to one of the CCPers, and they confirmed that it's something that we can do. So if we do go to a tie, we will see that. And part of me is now hoping for a tie, because that would be kind of fun.
That would be an incredibly fun match to watch. So, oh, this is going to be fantastic. Another element of surprise in the SEL, and that's one of the fun things about doing this tournament. We added the third band for each team to kind of change things up to make the content more fun to watch for our viewers. And now we're going to do the sudden death tie-dye, again, adjusting to what's going on in the meta and bringing a good show. That's incredible.
I believe in Blast X. I think he can handle it no matter how fast he gets after the show he's put on already.
I would just love to see. I mean, I hope we see this tie-dye. Now that it's been mentioned, this is really what I want to see right now. I think it could be really interesting.
I think after the finales that the final matches that we've had today, it would certainly be worth it. It would be worth it to us as commentators. It would be worth it to the viewers to be able to watch this feat of EVE Online. A lot of firsts happening today on the Syndicate Competitive League when it comes to tournaments.
Yeah,
I don't
to be
think it's
honest,
going to be necessary. I think whatever these teams bring, I think one way or another they are going to manage to end it. It's going to be another fast and probably quite brutal match. It's going to be all down to piloting again. And I really don't think it's going to come to that. I think it'd be interesting to see, but in a way I kind of hope we don't need to do it, because I think adding that to a tournament, while it'd be hilarious, might not be the ideal thing to do.
oh, maybe yes, maybe no. It'd be nice to see it. Maybe for the last 30 seconds, I think it could be very good for the viewers, that's for sure.
Well, it certainly is impressive, quick thinking. So thank you very much to Fozzie, the man behind the scenes and the man with the plan for SCL. So we are so thankful for the support of Fozzie and other CCP people to help us with this. This is absolutely fantastic. We couldn't ask for anything better, except for maybe a splash screen.
Well, we can't have all our Christmases at once.
No, we cannot, but we can certainly plant the seed. So we do have our bans for the upcoming match. PL, their bans, and this is how it was posted to me. I am giving you the information as it is relayed to me. Please do not shoot the messenger, but their ban is Lol Damps. And Warlords of the Deep have banned the Loki, Tengu, and Proteus.
So as I think we've seen already, not going to have any real impact on what sport. The Tinker can be run quite easily with those bans. It's not particularly limiting what they bring in any way. They could still bring a Legion, or they could bring the Bazzi, so it could be a shield or armor. It's not really going to have any significant effect. The damp bans, there's still a lot of bombers can damp. It's basically the same again. I don't think it's going to have any real impact on the setups for teams choose.
Yeah, I think we're going to see PL in a Tinker setup again, similar to what we've seen. I think Hydra this time, they're going to quite possibly bring back those bombers with those void bombs, and quite possibly bring in another heavy neuting ship paired with some decent DPS and tank.
Yeah, we may well see the 4-bomber setup again versus possibly the Bazzi setup that we've been seeing recently as the latest Tinker version. I think that's probably quite a possible, but we may also see PL completely swap it up and run Vindicators. You never know.
It's really an anything that can goes match. I mean, it's really neck to neck for these teams. Both of them have 2 wins. This match is going to end it all. This match is going to determine it. You know, they say low damps. And you know what? They may very well just bring the same thing again. It's worked for them so far. Why change it if it's not broke? Why? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And really, I hope, in my personal opinion, I want to see a Warlord's victory here. I'm not too fond on this continually using the same setup. It's not good for the tournament, it's not good for the viewers. And I really want to see Shadow just jumping up and down on his seat in excitement when he sees Elise getting knocked out, and I want to see that smug just wiped off a Lender's face.
Oh, I want to see PL win. I think that while you may say the Tinkercepts are boring, they're extremely intensive on skill to fly. It is fun in a way watching them, watching those shields pop up and down, watching Blastax having to keep up on 8 different ships, rep frigates at different times while he's taking a lot of damage. I think it's been some good fights so far, and I am really, really hoping, and I believe in you, Gobbins. I think you can do it.
Well, as long as
Well,
ships die, I think we're all going to be fine.
yes, as long as there are ships exploding, I will be happy. I don't know. I have to agree with Zeld. I PL is a favorite team of mine, but I just don't think that the Tinker Tank should be rewarded. I really don't. So, but heart is my heart, so I will have to be rooting for Warlords of the Deep. So, good luck to both teams. They are in system. Soon they will be taking the field. So, I'm going to throw it over to our fantastic team. And once again, just thank you to all of you for tuning in and viewing. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors, SomerBlink. Please take advantage of their promos going on right now as they celebrate their 700th, as they celebrate their milestone of 750 trillion ISK one. Please, of course, support CCP Games, and a big thank you to Lorkin Desal, our other sponsor. And thank you to all of our folks behind the scenes, CCP Fozzie, Ben Booley, our team wrangler, Sarui, who's been masquerading as Miss Loot Gods, Sakuri Nilhai, and of course our other commentators, Bacchanalian and Brent, who I will be throwing it to, and Elendar and Selderain. So before we toss things to our teams, fa- fantastic show, new format, things have gone wonderfully. Seld, what do you think about SCL3?
It's been fantastic. I mean, we've changed our format with the different scheduling, so the teams get more time to prepare, and it's been smoother for the teams. It's been smoother for the viewers. I think the changes have been fantastic. Another thing is the fact we're running off Odyssey now. These new ships and our new rule changes. Also, it's been a great boost to our tournament rules, and I'm really impressed today. It's been an absolute blast for me. I'm sure it's been a blast for everybody watching, and I can't wait to come back again for SCL4.
Now,
Yeah, it's
this
been
is
great. Sorry, I just want to say it's been great fun. It's been good to start. And Gobbins, I hope you've remembered to listen to the safety dance before this match.
so is that their ritual, the safety dance?
It's an old PL thing before entering the danger zone.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Now, Alandar, as opposed to Cell, this is, of course, his third SEL. This is your first one. So, how's it been for you?
And it's been good fun. Definitely interesting to do it. I think, well, hopefully I've got a bit better as it's went on. Certainly the first ones could have gone a little better, but it's been good fun. And I'm hoping we can end it with a bang, with an interesting match, and hopefully a PL victory to match our Kings of Losec.
Oh, yes, and we should certainly mention that there was the Kings of Losec contest ran by CCP Games, and our very own Elendar took Pandemic Legion to absolute glory to have the Legion flag flown over the CCP Games building in Reykjavik. So, how does that feel?
Pretty good, although I have heard Fozzie saying he may change it to a flag 6 feet tall with Shadoo's face, which could be even better.
Oh, that would be absolutely delightful. Daddy Shadoo proudly waving, surveying all over CCP Games. It's very fitting, don't you think?
It'll be amusing.
Yes, amusing is certainly a word for it. So it has been fantastic. I again would like to thank all of the viewers for tuning in. Please remember to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/syndicatecl. Also remember to follow us on Twitter for updates about upcoming events and of course updates on what's going on with the tournaments. That address is at syndicatecl. And we are also on YouTube, and the matches for Syndicate Competitive League 3 will be up on YouTube as soon as possible. We will be working on those right after the matches, so we can get those to you as soon as possible. We will put up the entire extended cut right away, but we will be chopping the video up as soon as we are able to. So you will have that, and hopefully there will be no other snafus like the footage with SCL2. We do apologize about that. The footage from SCL2 is lost, but we have taken steps to ensure that that will not happen again. We are doing local recording, and we now have a more familiar understanding with the Twitch TV interface. So our teams are slowly getting ready. They have a couple more minutes to get ready, but we are going to go to a little bit of a commercial break. We certainly appreciate you sticking around. We have an exciting lineup coming at you with match 6 of the finals for SCL3, Warlords of the Deep versus Pandemic Legion. It's going to be fantastic. 2 incredibly strong teams down to the wire, both with 2 wins, and who knows which way it's going to go.
I'm losing my mind. And welcome, guys. We are here for the 6th and final match of this best of 5 between Warlords of the Deep and Pandemic Legion, duking it out for the win of the